Good evening, everyone, and happy belated Earth Day. We're so glad you're here. I work in mission advancement at the museum. My name is Aaliyah Vennick, and it's so great to see so many familiar faces tonight. I can honestly say that this evening is one of my favorite nights of the year. In normal years, we would be mixing and mingling over cocktails and appetizers and sharing the latest science museum news and science fun facts. Instead, we meet in this virtual breakout session, though I think you'll find this presentation every bit as fun and interesting, or even more so, than party small talk. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge our sponsor, Andersen Windows and Doors, who've made this conversation possible.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ehrlichman, Director of Quality and Sustainability at Andersen Windows and Doors. Andersen's home is on the banks of the scenic St. Croix River and serves as a daily reminder about what it means to be a good steward of our shared natural resources. The importance of water to our company drove us to set a goal of a 20% reduction in water usage per unit produced, a goal we achieved early. We aren't stopping there though. We'll continue to track our water usage and find innovative ways to shrink our water footprint. Our mission is to meet the needs of today without compromising future generations.
Thank you, Andersen. And now we are joining our one of our scientists, Dr. Mark Edlund, in progress. We had a little bit of technical difficulty with the event tonight, but he's talking about water, which is an essential ingredient in good beer. He is a senior scientist with our St. Croix Watershed Research Station and leads research projects across Minnesota and North America studying diatoms. Thank you, Mark.
They have some pigments in addition to chlorophyll that give them that color. And on the left are a bunch of dead diatoms. And you can see that these are the glass shells of the diatoms, and they're covered with little patterns of holes and special structures that we who are nerds have names for. Those shells are what make diatoms such important tools. First, they've been around for about 200 million years. And because these glass shells are easily fossilized, there's huge million-year-old deposits out in especially Western North America that are mined for industrial uses. And that's our first connection with beer. Those little holes form perfect filters in the beer, and many small microbreweries and wineries use diatoms, or fossil diatoms, or what are called diatomaceous earth, to filter the yeast from their beer after the fermentation and before they bottle the beer. Those pictures on the left are actually from a brewery that I visited of Miocene-aged marine diatoms that they were using to filter the yeast from their beers. Can I have the next slide, please? Those same shells of the diatoms also make them great scientific tools. The shapes and patterns on each of the shells of the diatoms can help us identify the over 100,000 species of diatoms. And we still can find and describe new ones, of course, too. But because we can identify them, we can use them as biological indicators, especially for water quality. At the St. Croix Watershed Research Station, we do a lot of work on sediment cores. Through the rest of the world, a lot of samples are taken from lakes and rivers for looking at water quality. At the St. Croix Research Station, we do a lot of work on sediment cores. Sediment cores, just like those two college students that we're helping to train, are holding in the middle picture. By analyzing the fossil diatoms in those sediment cores, we can better understand how our lakes are changing. Our lakes are changing from land use, from pollution, and of course, climate. And the diatoms help us understand how much those lakes are changed and how or when they've changed. Looks like we're running a bit late here, so they're going to close us out in just a few seconds and bring us back to the main session. I'd love to hear some questions. Please reach out to me if you'd like to know more about the work we do.
Well, thank you,